News. And now, back to our regularly scheduled programming on the Album Listeners Club.
All right, welcome to the Album Listeners Club. My name is Todd. It's time for Friday Night Metal. Yeah, so just a recap from last week. Me and my brother went to a concert in a local town, an hour and a half away from us in Calgary, Alberta. Went to this casino. It's called the Grey Eagle, and they always have a lot of good bands. Seen a lot of bands there. Anyways, the one we went and saw was a band called Hairball. And man, they're awesome. I don't know if you've ever heard of Hairball, but if you do see them, I suggest go see them. They're basically like a cover band of a bunch of different bands. They do like Kiss, Motley Crue, Queen, Quiet Riot, Bon Jovi, Van Halen. And they just have it's just rotating throughout the show. They do different characters like Kiss. They came out with Kiss for first couple songs in full makeup. Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, and man, they're on point with every performer that they portray there. And great band, great singers, great. They just have all the intricacies of whatever bands they're doing. Like, they're awesome. So we had a good time. But yeah, that's not what this one's about. This Friday Night Metal, I've been thinking, what do I need to do? Something different. So, being a Kiss fan, as you guys can probably surmise by me wearing Kiss shirts all the time. But anyways, I'm going to go over my top 10 favorite Kiss albums in my collection. Now, I don't have every Kiss album, every studio album. I get close to it. I got most of them. But, and this is just studio albums. So I'm going to do my top 10 favorite studio Kiss albums. And also a couple honorable mentions at the end. All right, so I'm going to start off with number 10. I'm going to start off with Kiss Asylum. And this is a good album. This was kind of my era. Growing up as a kid, I was a non-makeup Kiss kid. Didn't see Kiss in makeup till the reunion tour. And I saw them a couple times after that in makeup, of course. But so this one, number 10, because it's got songs like ones I really like, I like Any Way You Slice It, Who Wants to Be Lonely. Loves the Deadly Weapons, not bad. Tears Are Falling is my absolute favorite on here. And All Night, it is what it is. That was Kiss. In their glam, super glam, neon green and blue and pink colors. Anyway, so that's number 10, is Asylum. Coming in at number 9, which, none of these are saying that I don't like them or anything, because I do. They're in my top 10. But this one I really like, and this one's kind of a controversial one because not a lot of people like this album for some reason. But I do. It's Kiss, Carnival of Souls. And as you can see, this is a German version because it's got the fixed S's there. But I like this album. I got it on cassette when it first came out, and it was kind of rare for it to come out. I don't think it was supposed to come out, but I got a cassette, and I loved it. They jump on the grunge bandwagon, but, I mean, Kiss jumps on bandwagons all the time. You know, disco. With the Elder, doing one of those, what do they call those records? But, they're always jumping on bandwagons. But I like this album. It's got some good ones like Hate, Rain, I love that. Master and Slave, Childhood's End, Jungle, In My Head, I Walk Alone. Like, yeah, it's all good, man. I love it. It's a good album. So that's number 9. Coming in at number 8, it was a real toss-up, actually, between 2 albums here. But I think I'm going to go with, well, here's a toss-up. It was between Lick It Up and Animalize. And I do love both of these albums. And, Animalize has got, well, of course, Heaven's on Fire. Burn, Bitch, Burn. Yeah, it is what it is. Lonely is the Hunter. Under the Gun. That's an awesome song. Thrills in the Night. I like that song. Even Murder in High Heels. So that's on Animalize. And on Lick It Up, we got Exciter. Not for the Innocent. Lick It Up. Another, whatever. Young and Wasted's good. One of my favorite Kiss songs. All Hell's Breaking Loose. I love that. Million to One. Fits Like a Glove. On the 8th Day. So yeah, it was a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Lick It Up for my number. What is that? Number 8. It was a toss-up though. It was hard to decide, but I really do like Animalize as well. But number 8 goes to Lick It Up. All right, number 7. Now, some of you people are probably going to get mad at me for this one, too. And I do like this album. I like it a lot, but it's probably up a little bit higher in a lot of other people's lists. And it's got a lot of good songs, a lot of their classic songs. I'm talking about Destroyer. And I love it. It's great artwork. It was the album, well, after Kiss Alive, that basically saved their ass. This was their next album. And they had to do, a grand album, and they did pretty good on this, and it's great. Like, we got Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World. I love that song. God of Thunder, Great Expectations, Flamin' Youth, Shout It Out Loud. We got Beth, Do You Love Me? Like, there's a lot of good songs. It's a great album. But on my list, it's number 7. All right, getting into number 6. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, number 6. It's number 6 on my list here of my favorite Kiss albums. Is one I've always loved, and it's, I don't know, it's got a few hits on it, but it was before Alive. It was a short album. You guys probably know it, but it's got one of their biggest anthems on here. I'm talking about Kiss, Dressed to Kill. Yeah, this has always been one of my favorites. It was one of my first Kiss albums I ever bought on album. This is my original Kiss album that I bought when I was like, 15. Yeah, so we got Room Service. Love that song. Two Timer, Ladies in Waiting, Getaway, Rock Bottom, Come On and Love Me. That's an awesome song. She, that's one of my favorites. Love Her All I Can, love that song. And of course, Rock and Roll Night. So that is number 6. All right, so now we're at that was the bottom 5 out of my 10. So top 5. Top 5. All right, so coming in at number 5 is a song or an album I always did kind of like, but this was in their disco phase. We're talking Dynasty. They came out with I Was Made for Loving You, the disco song that turned a bunch of hardcore Kiss fans off, and they were changing, right? At this time, Peter Criss was he was kind of a mess, and he wanted to get out of Kiss, and I don't think he even plays on this album at all. I think it was Anton Fig or something. But anyways, yeah, I like this album. You know, Charisma. What is my charisma? Dirty Living's good. Hard Times. That's probably my favorite song on this album by Ace Frehley. Hard Times are dead and gone. I Was Made for Loving You. You know, over the years I appreciate it a little bit more. Magic Touch is good. Save Your Love, that's a good song. Sure Know Something. X-Ray Eyes and 2000 Man. Yep. Good album. And oh yeah, and this one. Actually, I got 2 copies of this. And my original copy was one I got for like my birthday. And of course had the poster in it. And over the years I've framed that poster. This copy I picked up, I don't know, about a year ago maybe. And found it, I think at a garage sale or something like that. But yeah, look, it still has the poster. Has the poster in it. I can't totally, well, I'll kind of take it out, I guess. But yeah, it's a big poster. But yeah, still has the poster in it, so I'm like, yeah, I'll buy that for $10. And it's a nice shape. Sounds good. Alright, so that was number 5. Now we're on to number 4. My favorite Kiss albums. Number 4. Now this one, I don't like all the songs on this album, but I mean, yeah, I do. I'm a Kiss fan. I like them all. But some aren't all that great. But this one's got probably my favorite song by Kiss and by my favorite member, Ace Frehley, and his first vocals. Can you guess what it is? We're talking Love Gun. Yeah, so Love Gun, and the favorite song is Shock Me. First time Ace did vocals, and I love that song. The solo's the best. I can never get sick of it. But we got other songs like Love Gun's awesome. Tomorrow and Tonight. Christine 16. One of my favorite Gene songs, Almost Human. That's wicked. Then it's got Then She Kissed Me. That's kind of whatever. That's a cover song. I Stole Your Love. That's one of my favorite songs. And Hooligan's even pretty good. So yeah, so that's number 4. All right, we're in the top 3 now. We're getting down there. Coming in at number 3 was their second album, Hotter Than Hell. I know people always say, yeah, it sounds like crap and it was recorded like crap, but I kind of like it. I mean, who knows? Maybe it would sound better redone, but I don't know. I like it. And this is one of my early copies. Actually, I got a couple of copies of this one. This one's the best condition one, so I'm showing it. But yeah, you got the classic songs. You got To Choose, Parasite, Going Blind, Hotter Than Hell, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, All the Way, Watching You. That's a good one. Mainline. I really like Peter's vocals in that. That's a good one. Coming Home and Strange Ways. Like, all in all, this whole album, I think is pretty killer. Second album. All right. So there we go. The second album in their collection coming in at number 3. Now, we're going to go for the number 2 album of what I like. And number 2 album is their number 1 album, Kiss. And none of these albums would be possible without this album, which is a great album. But it's my number 2 for liking it. But it's got the classic songs, Strutter, Nothing to Lose, Firehouse, Cold Gin, Let Me Go. What was it? No, Let Me Know. Of course, Kissin' Time. This one has the Kissin' Time, so it's not an original. Deuce, Love Theme from Kiss, 100,000 Years. That's probably one of my favorite Kiss songs ever. 100,000 Years, Paul Stanley. He does that's awesome. I love it. And Black Diamond, another classic. So yeah, coming in number 2 is the Kiss album, the first one. All right, so that gets me to my number one favorite Kiss album in my collection. And this one's always been near and dear to my heart. I love all the songs on it. And yeah, I think it was the first Kiss album that I bought. I think it was on cassette, though, when it first came out. Back in, like, what was it, 1980? 1982. So yeah, I would have been, I was 9 years old, maybe 10 years old. I was on a trip to Montana to visit relatives with my brother and my dad. And we stopped just before we got across the border in a little town called Cardston, Alberta. And it's basically a border town. And, stopped there, had something to eat, and went to the bathroom, all that, and went to this little mini mall. And, of course, they had a record store there. And, yeah, saw this cassette there. And I'm talking about Creatures of the Night. Yeah, love this album. Love the cover. Love the picture. Still got Ace on there, even though he was pretty much leaving the band at this point. And I don't think any of the songs are him. They're all Vinny. So anyways, Creatures of the Night, though, my favorite. Of course, starts off just right into Creatures of the Night. Saint and Sinner, Keep Me Coming, Rock and Roll Hell, Danger, I Love It Loud. One of my very favorite Paul Stanley songs, I Still Love You. And then we got Killer and War Machine, a couple good Gene songs. So yeah, so that's my number one favorite Kiss album in my collection. Creatures, and any collection I have, it'll be Creatures of the Night for sure. All right, so that's my top 10. What did you think? What are your top 10s? Oh yeah, I gotta mention a couple honorable mentions. So here's an album I almost included, and it's an album I liked a couple songs and I could never really get into, but I've learned to appreciate a lot more over the years and actually really, really like it. And I almost put it in my top 10, but it's in the honorable mentions. I'm talking about The Elder. And I know this was a big flop for Kiss, and like Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons over the years have always talked about how, they don't like to talk about this album. But it's good. And I mean, Kiss was in major turmoil. They were trying everything and doing this concept album, but it's actually not too bad. Got Just the Boy, Odyssey, Only You, Under the Rose. Dark Light was always one of my favorite songs by Ace. World Without Heroes, that's favorite Gene song. That's pretty good. The Oath, Mr. Blackwell, that's a good one. And another good one. So yeah, that's just an honorable mention. The Elder. And a couple more honorable mentions. Another one of my very favorite albums, and it was hard not putting this in the list, is Rock and Roll Over. Love this album. And it's got the best Kiss artwork out of all their albums. But, we got some good tunes. See You in Your Dreams, Love 'Em and Leave 'Em, Hard Luck Woman, Making Love, Take Me, I Want You, Calling Dr. Love, Baby Driver, Mr. Speed, and Ladies Room. This should have actually been in my top 10 for different reasons, but I don't know. It's in my honorable mentions. Rock and Roll Over. And one more honorable mention, even though these are considered studio album, was the solos. And I do like them all. I like some better than others. But honorable mention is for the late great Ace Frehley. His album was my favorite out of the solos by a long stretch. Then Paul Stanley. Then it's kind of a tie between Gene and Peter. I think I like Gene's just a little bit better than Peter's, but Peter's is still good too. But yeah, Ace Frehley, solo, Rip It Out, Speeding Back to My Baby, Snowblind, Ozone, What's on Your Mind, of course, New York Groove, I'm in Need of Love, Wiped Out, and Fractured Mirror. So that's my solo album honorary mention. Goes Days. So that's that's my top 10 and a couple honorable mentions for the Friday Night Metal Kiss edition. What's in your top 10 Kiss albums? And give me some comments. Shoot me a like and a subscribe, and any suggestions you think I should cover, and I got a couple ideas for some more videos. But anyways, just be a good person, rock on, listen to the metal, and we'll see you next time. All right, later.